2 years ago, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said that by today, Tesla's autonomous vehicle technology would be ready to give us level 5 fully autonomous cars. So where are they, and when will we finally see them? And why are we just getting confused about which cars are autonomous and which ones aren't? Hint, none of them are. Yet. Self-driving technology has, of late, become one of the fastest growing spheres in the auto industry, second only perhaps to the electrification of vehicle drivetrains. Indeed, a few years ago, we were all jumping on the autonomous vehicle bandwagon, with automakers and Tier 1 parts suppliers, not to mention software companies like Google or Waymo, painting a vision of the not-too-distant future where autonomous vehicles would be taking care of our every transportation need, where our children wouldn't ever need a driving license, and where we all existed in a panacea of awesome autonomous vehicle bliss. It hasn't happened yet, and it looks like it's going to be some time before we see those fully autonomous cars on the roads as well. Even Elon Musk, who once proclaimed Tesla would be technologically ready for full level 5 autonomy, even if legislators weren't, by the start of next year, is now modifying his predictions. At a conference this past weekend, Musk modified his original prediction, saying that it'll be another 2 years before we see some form of full autonomous vehicle capabilities from the automotive world, and 3 before autonomous vehicles were markedly better than human drivers. What's this I hear you say? Isn't Tesla already producing autonomous vehicles? Nope. You see, Tesla's Autopilot system, while very impressive, is still technically somewhere around a level 3 system, in which the car can take control of its own driving duties some of the time, but there's always has to be a human on hand to intervene. And while the system itself is very impressive, it's certainly not at the level where we can kick back and let the car do the work for us, no matter what YouTube videos you've seen suggesting otherwise. In Tesla's case, some of the confusion over what autopilot really means comes from over-enthusiastic sorts, either exaggerating the system's current capabilities or perhaps over-relying on them. Some of the confusion comes from the name itself, autopilot, which some people conflate with autonomous, when in reality it's just a very advanced active driver assistance system. Other systems have similar issues. Cadillac's Super Cruise system, as found on its new CT6, has a level of autonomy that some people view as being more capable than it actually is, especially as you don't have to keep your hands on the wheel to use it, but take your eyes off the road, and the proprietary head tracking system quickly tells you off and asks you to pay attention. Nissan's ProPilot has similar issues with naming to Tesla's Autopilot, yet it's very much a driver assistance feature at this time. You can't solely rely on it, you need to keep your hands on the wheel, and there's a lot that the system can't do. But pair it with an alert driver behind the wheel, and it does a great job. Essentially then, automakers are victims of their own eagerness to brand advanced driver assistance packages with fancy names that unfortunately lead some consumers to think that they are fully autonomous, even if the automakers go to great lengths to reiterate that they're not. And even the fully autonomous cars I've seen and ridden in, like the Nissan Autonomous Drive prototypes, aren't yet at a point where I trust them to handle every single thing on the road, which is what you need to achieve full level 5 autonomy. Even Tesla, whose semi-autonomous vehicle technology has been on display for some time, seems to be further behind than it had once hoped it would be. That's hardly a new thing for Tesla. It does tend to blow past its own goals time and time again. But it does show that the final 1% of autonomous driving, that's the thing that automakers and autonomous driving specialists have been trying to solve for the past few years, is harder to achieve than they had perhaps thought. And it's that one final % of autonomous driving, edge case use scenarios when things aren't as predictable as they might be, that's putting the brakes on autonomous vehicles right now. And that, and of course, legislation. And while legislators around the world are all at different places when it comes to self-driving cars, people are slow to trust new technology until it's proven itself. And it can't do that unless someone gives it a chance. Chicken, meat, egg. With Musk now pushing his prediction for full autonomous vehicles back a few more years, it does fall in line far better with the rumblings that mainstream automakers might actually be ahead of Tesla in the rush to bring self-driving cars to market. Sure, Tesla has the publicity and kudos of autopilot right now, but sources inside the industry suggest that Ford, GM, Nissan, Toyota, and plenty other OEMs are closer to full autonomy than Tesla. And the difference? Well, they've got extra money to throw at solving the problem, even if Tesla's Silicon Valley approach to software engineering means it may just have a little more suppleness to adjust to changes in market. For my money, though, I think whoever gets there first, it's going to take a lot longer than automakers think. I think it's going to be 2025 before fully autonomous vehicles are fully legal and accepted on our roads. And even then, they'll have to be operated as level 4 vehicles with a human behind the wheel at all times. Do you agree? Disagree? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. That's it. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.